take a minute here on this channel just to go over our predictions of the podium at the Tour de France. And typically you guys play along in the comment section down below, and you guys typically crush me on this challenge. This year is no different, and if your predictions are better than mine, you'll be eligible for these fantastic prizes. Bob, tell them what they could win. These are brand new shiny Swim Bike Run Rinse Repeat stickers. Look at them as they shine and shimmer. Wouldn't they look amazing on your own personal water bottle? That's right, Bob. Those are some fantastic looking stickers. And the only way for these guys to get a hold of those is to comment below with their podium pictures. But this year's Tour de France is super interesting. Typically, the Tour de France starts off a little bit slow with some flatter stages, maybe a prologue, but this year's tour is starting in Bilbao, Spain, and it quickly moves over some pretty amazing climbs in the Pyrenees. In particular, stage 5 and 6 are mountain stages, and in my theory, I actually think that we're gonna start seeing some real battling between GC favorites here. For example, if I thought that Tadej Pogačar might be just slightly off or slow to start due to his recent broken wrist, I think I might push the pace a little bit during those early mountain stages just to try and gain a little bit of time on him just to bank it for later in the tour. So I'm gonna be paying very close attention to this first week, watching it very carefully to see how it might affect the overall tour standings. But that first week is actually why I'm picking Jonas Vingegaard to repeat as the Tour de France champion over Tadej Pogačar. And I think we all know that these are the two big athletes that everyone is talking about. And that's, again, assuming that there aren't any crazy crashes between these two front runners. And again, that's no small feat at all. I think that there's very often crazy crashes within that first week. But I think that the general consensus is that the winner will be one of these two athletes. And assuming no crashes, huge assumption, I know, crashes and mechanical issues that are always a huge part of determining who wins or who's on the podium of these massive races. But I do think that Jonas will put some time into Tadej early into this race. And not for nothing, Jonas can climb in those very high mountain areas with absolutely everyone. He is a dominant figure in the mountains. And I'd say I was most impressed with Jonas Vingegaard when he actually ended up waiting for Pogačar after he actually crashed on the descent of stage 16. That's when I think that we all realized that Jonas Vingegaard was the real deal, and he's definitely a worthy champion. Now I'm picking Tadej Pogačar in that second place, of course, so he'll repeat as the runner-up like he did last year. And this year I expect his team to play an even bigger role. He actually has quite a few people that I think would qualify as super domestiques. I'm thinking of Rafael Majka, Adam Yates, those two in particular. Not that Jonas doesn't have an amazing team over at Jumbo-Visma. It's a similar team that he had before, which was, again, a superstar team last year. But he also has Wilco Kilderman instead of Primoz Roglic. And I still suspect that Seb Kuss will play a major domestique role in the mountains, especially where the air gets super thin up there. So now on to the real question, who do we put in here for third? Ineos, they're typically, a dominant team for sure. I'm not expecting to see a whole lot from them this year. I know that they're talking a lot about Egan Bernal. I just think it's a little bit too early for him coming back after that really brutal crash that he had on his time trial bike. I actually think that Tom Pidcock might be an even better pick from Ineos as far as like the things he can do and the absolute talent that guy is. But I actually think that Pidcock is probably gonna be hunting for stage wins again this year. So overall, I really don't expect a ton from Team Ineos. But for third, I'm actually picking Ben O'Connor. And yes, I'm definitely hesitant about that pick, but I think he looked really solid in the Dauphiné, and don't forget that he was fourth here at the Tour 2 years ago. Now, on to you guys. Who are your picks? Do you really think it's gonna be coming down to these same two people that everyone's talking about? Most interestingly, who do you guys think will be third here? Hop down in the comments section and let me know. And if your picks are better than mine at the end of the tour, and I have a feeling that they will be, I will mail you a few stickers Doesn't really matter where you live. I just need to get your address via something like Instagram private messaging. And I don't actually mind sending these internationally if you guys live overseas. But overall, I'm extremely excited to start watching this year's tour. Hopefully you guys are too. But either way, no matter what, whether you watch the tour or not, make sure you're getting out there, swimming, biking, running, rinsing, and repeating it all over again. And we will see you guys on the next one.